All right, let's get into this. If you saw my last presentation on AI in search engine optimization or SEO for dealerships, this is the sequel. But today, it's not going to be about rankings. It is going to be about selling cars. Let me go ahead and share my screen and we'll go ahead and get into this. One second. There we go. All right, so today, like I said, it is going to be more about selling cars because here's the truth. Your website is no longer a brochure. In 2026, your website is either going to be a whole bunch of lists of stuff or it's going to be an answer engine. And the dealers who win are the ones who build a site that answers what shoppers are actually trying to decide. So it's not like, here's what we have. It's more like, here's what you need to know to feel confident. And yes, AI is part of this, but it might not be in the way that you think. AI doesn't just like magically make you authoritative. It amplifies whatever you already are on your website. So if your website is vague and generic and confusing, AI is going to amplify that too. But if your website is clear, structured, specific, and trustworthy, AI will cite you, shoppers will trust you, and you'll end up getting better leads. So that's the playbook. Today, I'm going to give you a framework that you can apply to any website platform. So you don't have to switch providers to use what I'm teaching here. And I'll show you 7 page types that matter most, what AI can actually pull and cite from, what it ignores, and then I'll give you a 30, 60, 90-day execution plan you can hand to your team. Deal? All right, let's do this. So section 1, let's start with the shift. So for a long time, dealership websites were built for one purpose, to display inventory. And that's fine. The inventory is the product that we sell. But the problem is this. People don't shop for inventory. People are shopping for confidence. They're trying to answer questions like, is this a good deal? What is the payment going to be really? Which trim is best for me? What's the catch on this special? What are you going to give me for my trade? How fast can I buy and pick up this car? And is this dealership going to waste my time? So that's what they're deciding. But here's the new layer. AI is becoming the interface between the shopper and the web. So Google is summarizing, AI assistants are summarizing, even social media platforms are summarizing. So now there's 2 customers reading your website, humans and then also machines. And here's the part that many dealers miss. Machines, they really don't get your vibe. They get exact structure, exact headlines, clear sections, frequently asked questions, policies, definitions, steps, comparisons, things that are obvious and things that are organized. So we ask and we set up our site to be able to answer the questions shoppers ask clearly enough that a machine can read your site, can quote your site, and then provide that to humans as they search in AI platforms. That's what AI ready really means. It's not like some gimmick. It's not like using some sort of chat bot. It's not pumping out a whole bunch of blog posts. It means that your core pages are structured like answers. Section 2, the 7 page types that you must fix first. So now let's talk about where this really gets real on your dealership websites. What we see a lot of time is that dealers waste a ton of time trying to do SEO by creating random content while the pages that are actually touching revenue are underbuilt. So if you fix these next 7 page types, everything will improve. The homepage. Now this really is the trust router. So what do I mean by that? It means your homepage is where people don't buy cars. Your homepage is where people decide if you are real and if they trust you. If they do trust you, they're going to click deeper. If they don't, they're going to bounce. So the homepage should really do these 3 things. Number 1, they should prove that you're a legit local expert business in your marketplace. It should explain why buying at your dealership is different than your competitors. And it should route customers to different pages that's going to provide information about that next best decision. Most homepages aren't built for this. They are usually just sliders, buttons, and widgets. And it's not really becoming the answer engine that we need it to be. It's really just a billboard. So here's what we need to add immediately. And like I said, any platform. We need to make sure that we have a why buy here block. This block should have 3 to 5 bullet points, and they should be very specific. We don't want to say things like great service, great pricing, great selection. Nobody buys that shit anymore. Specifically, what we want to do is make sure that we have things like this if they are true. Upfront pricing, no surprise add-ons, real trade offers in minutes, transparent out-the-door worksheets available, fast purchase options, reserve before you buy, a lifetime limited warranty if you offer that as a unique selling proposition. Then what we want to do is we want to add a mini what to expect process block. Something like pick the car, confirm the numbers, reserve, delivery. It's really that simple. So when you do that, what you're going to end up doing is for the customer, you're going to reduce anxiety. And of course, that reduction in anxiety is what's going to help you improve your overall lead conversion. The next is the SRP. This is really the decision list. The SRP is going to be one of the most valuable pages on your dealership website. And let's face it, most of them are terrible. They're just filters with a grid, and you pray that a customer is going to engage with them. But the SRP is where people can compare different options. So you need to be able to add decision support as they're navigating the search results page. So here are 4 key SRP upgrades that will work even if you have really limited editing capabilities. So number 1, we want to add a short how to choose block above the results. So for example, up in this block, you might want to say something like, if you want the best value, start with an EX. If you want to start with premium tech, look at the Touring. If you want the lowest payment, filter by price. So that's it. That's going to be the answer engine. That's going to give humans and AI the understanding that your site is easy to navigate and easy to determine answers. Number 2, we want to make sure that we add best for tags on inventory cards where it's possible. So things like commuter, family, first-time buyer, off-road, fuel saver. These tags are going to help humans, and at the exact same time, they're going to help AI. Third, we want to add internal links for comparisons. Things like a CRV compared to a RAV4, include links that's going to go to pages like this. Pilot versus Highlander, lease versus finance. These are going to be great comparison pages. This comparison information is what AI loves to be able to cite because it shows that you are helping them make decisions. Fourth, add payment confidence language that sets the expectation. We don't use any long disclaimers. We just want something like short that says payments shown are estimates based on approved credit, confirm exact terms in minutes. This is going to reduce fear, and again, it's going to power AI to use your website when customers are looking for what dealership is going to treat me right, which dealership is going to be the best for me to buy my next vehicle. Number 3, the VDP. This is the close page. So maybe we look at the SRP as shopping, and then we look at the VDP as the presentation of figures or the closing step of our online purchase process. So now let's talk about this VDP. The VDP should not just be a spec sheet. It should be a confidence builder, a confidence page, because on a VDP, the shopper is really trying to answer, is this the right car for me? Is this a good deal? Can I afford this? Can I trust you? What happens next? And most VDPs fail because they have really large photos all over the place and they have zero clarity on those types of things. So here's the first upgrade. Add a clarity block near the top. You want to literally label it, everything you need to decide in 60 seconds. And then bullet point it. Price, what's included, what's excluded. Payment, estimate, what it's based on. Condition, inspected, reconditioned, vehicle history. Warranty, what's included in plain English. And then a timeline. How fast can you buy and pick up? That block alone increases conversion because it reduces uncertainty. Next, add a why this one section. This can be where you explain the value. Now, we don't want to add a bunch of marketing fluff. We want to add some very specific things like rare color, clean Carfax, one owner, new tires, service records, popular package, priced under market, local trade, certified inspection. Then add process steps of what to do next that goes and leads into that lead conversion technology. Because the lead form should not feel like a trap. It should feel like the next step in the process. Something like submit, confirm, reserve, delivery. And then add frequently asked question accordion on the VDP. Now, at minimum, we're going to want to include things like fees, warranty, holds or deposits, what it's like to purchase out of state, trade-in information, financing information. That's what it looks like to create an answer engine on your dealership's website VDP. Number 4, model and trim pages. This is going to be like the research engine. And remember, AI loves research. They love answers. They love comparisons. So model pages are where a dealer can really become the authority because shoppers are not searching for 2026 Honda CR-V. They're searching for things like CR-V EX versus the Sport. Is the touring package worth it? Is a hybrid version worth it? What's the best trim for a family? What's the difference between a lease and finance on a CR-V? So AI loves all of this information because it really creates the difference explainers. It explains the difference. So it can use that information. It can cite that information. So when customers are searching for this, you can be the authority in that area. So here's the model page framework. Start with who is this vehicle for? And then do a trim chooser. best for budget, best for value, best for features, best for performance. Then list out the top 5 differences between the trims in just plain English, not marketing fluff, plain language. Then link directly to the inventory filtered by trim. And then make sure that you are adding in our frequently asked questions. Which trim holds the best value? Is the hybrid worth it? What's the real difference between a sport package and a touring package? If you do all of this well, then your dealership website is going to win that decision traffic. And that's what AI is looking for. Number 5, specials pages. This is going to be where the offer is the source of truth. So special pages is where trust goes to die on most dealership websites. Most dealership websites, when a special is listed, we don't have dedicated specials landing pages, like a specials VDP. It's all listed on one page, and all of the disclosures and specials, they're written to be confusing, like it's some sort of legal puzzle. AI hates that. So if your special is confusing, the shopper assumes that the deal is fake, that the deal is confusing, that the dealership is confusing. And AI isn't going to cite it either. So here's what we need to fix. We need to make sure that we rewrite your specials in plain English. We can go ahead and look at this as the template. So lease a 2026 CRV touring for $239 a month for 36 months with $29.95 due at signing. And continue with most qualify for this program. We can also include key details about the lease. Maybe it's miles per year, a credit FICO scores that are needed to qualify, anything else. For example, if it has a rebate that you have to qualify for, making sure that it is clearly communicated in the disclosure, when the expiration date is, and then we can even say something like limited availability. All of this is going to be super helpful for AI to understand, to cite, and for humans to be able to understand when they're asking questions. We want to answer questions like, who qualifies for this? What is actually required? How do we claim this offer? Which inventory matches this? And then we're going to want to include our frequently asked questions, like how can I stack the different offers? Do I have to live locally? Is there a mileage limit? What if I wanted a different trim? These are great ways where your website can become the answer engine for the questions that customers are asking. So when the specials are readable, they're going to convert better, and then they become citable for AI when customers are asking these questions. Number 6, service pages. So this is where we want to include the Fix My Car search engine optimization. Service is really the biggest opportunity that most dealers miss out on when it comes to AI, because service is question-based. People don't search for service department. They search for symptoms like my brakes are grinding, my AC is warm at idle, or my car shakes at highway speed, my battery keeps dying. So instead of just a brake service pages, you want to make sure that we create symptom pages. And the structure would be something like this: symptoms, causes, risks, what we do, what our time frame estimate is, and then how to book, next steps. Even if you can't publish the actual pricing, you can publish pricing ranges. And ranges really will build trust with AI and with humans. And we want to also add technician proof, certifications, warranty, reviews. This is where you can really turn AI traffic directly into appointments. Number 7, finance and trade pages. These really are the anxiety pages. Finance and trade pages are not about selling. They're really about reducing fear. We want people to know, will pulling credit hurt my credit report? What documents do I need to either purchase or get financing or trade? And then what happens after I submit this information? How does the trade value process work? So we want to add these three things. What happens after you submit steps? What we do and don't do, policy language. And then, of course, frequently asked questions that's going to address the common fears. So the goal really is simple. Make the form feel safe, and that's how conversion is going to ultimately increase. Section 3, what AI can cite and what it will ignore. So let's talk specifically about what AI can do and how it actually will work citing your dealership website. So what can AI cite? Well, AI prefers content that is specific, that is structured, that is consistent, that's proven, and reliable. So specific, this means real answers, not marketing fluff, not filler. Structured means headlines, lists, steps, frequently asked questions. Consistent means your policies don't contradict each other across pages. Proven means that there's evidence, reviews, awards, process transparency. Readable means just plain language. An AI system wants plain language just like humans want plain language, not marketing fluff. So what does AI ignore? AI is designed to ignore marketing fluffy marketing claims, walls of text, duplicate pages, confusing offers, and where the best with no proof. Meaning that we're saying that we're the best for this, but you're not backing it up with awards. You're not backing it up with warranty. You're not backing it up with social proof, such as Google reviews. So here's the best way to think about it. AI doesn't rank vibes. They rank clarity. And this is where dealerships have an advantage. The advantage isn't that now you're using AI. Your advantage is that you have all the AI stuff that cannot be faked. You have real inventory. You have real local market trust. You have real processes. You have real policy. You have real reputation. So when you can polish that into clarity and have that added to your dealership website in a way that a machine can read it, then you are going to become the source. Section 4, the AI Ready Page Blueprint. So now I'm going to give you the universal blueprint. This works on any page. Every revenue driving page should have the following. Number 1, an intent headline. Number 2, a clarity block. Number 3, a proof stack, options and next steps. Number 4, frequently asked questions. Number 5, internal link, structured data where it's relevant throughout the entire dealership website. So let's define those real quick for you. Intent headline means it matches what they're trying to decide. So for example, we don't want to say, welcome to our inventory. We want to say something like, find the right CRV in Tampa. Compare trims and payments fast. A clarity block is going to be a short, plain English answer section. Think, here's what really matters. The proof stack is going to be your trust evidence. The proof stack is going to include things like reviews, policies, warranty explanation, process steps, and awards. Next steps mean the CTAs are not chaotic, that we have a primary CTA, what you want the customer to do first. If that isn't appealing to the customer, have a secondary CTA and ultimately a tertiary CTA, giving customers clear direction on what they should do next that is going to be in line with what their expectations will be. Frequently asked questions, or FAQs. This is going to handle objections before that customer bounces away. Frequently asked questions should be set up on your dealership website so a human can read the frequently asked questions, but also added as a schema so machines can read them as well. So internal links is going to help guide the next decision. And structured data is where the machine readable layer. So this is going to be very important, but it's not going to be the first thing that you're going to want to fix. What we want to fix is clarity. So real small note, this modular structure is exactly what we build at Intice 360 because we know that it converts better and that it is more readable for humans and more readable for machines. But the point today isn't that you need to have Intice 360 to implement these process steps for you. You can take this framework and you can implement it on any platform that you want. We're going to move into section 5. This is going to be the execution plan, the 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day execution plan. So here's the plan that you can execute. So for the first 30 days, fix the clarity on the money pages, right? VDP clarity stack, plus proof, plus frequently asked questions. Specials rewrite template. Look at the way that your specials are set up. Make sure they're clear. They answer the questions. On our finance and trade pages, make sure that they are set to reduce fear, not look to sell. The search results page really needs to be the how to choose section of the sales process. And we're going to include that how to choose content block right up at the top. So the deliverables are going to be 10 reusable copy blocks, 20 frequently asked questions that can be reused throughout the site, and then 1 specials page template. Now you're going to find this all in the PDF that I'm going to supply at the end of this presentation. Now, 60 days. This is where we want to really start to build our answer library. Upgrade top model trim pages. We want to build 5 competitive comparison pages. We want to build 10 service symptom pages. And then we want to add that SRP decision support links on the search results page. 90 days. This is where we're going to measure, and this is where we're going to scale. So we're going to track the performance from SRPs to VDP clicks. This is something that you can measure inside of Google Analytics. VDP conversions. How many users visit a VDP and how many leads are you generating from the multiple CTAs you have on the dealership website? You can also look at engaged sessions. You can also look in Google Analytics to get that percentage, but you can also look at your average time on site. We also want to look at lead quality. This is where the rubber really meets the road. Look in your CRM. See if your internet lead closing percentage is going to increase over time. The higher the quality lead, the higher the internet close rate is going to be. And service appointment conversions. How many customers visit a dedicated schedule an appointment page and how many customers end up scheduling a service appointment. Then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to expand this monthly. More comparison pages, more symptom pages, more trim and model comparison explainer pages. So let me close with this. You don't need more content on your dealership website. What you need is better structure. So the dealership that is going to win in 2026, it's going to be the ones that answer what shoppers are trying to decide clearly enough that AI can cite it and humans can trust it. And when your website becomes that answer engine, two things are going to happen. You're going to end up getting better traffic and you're going to end up getting better leads. So that's the playbook. You can scan the QR code right there on the screen. This is going to be a one-page checklist that you can hand directly to your team. You'll see right on top, it says the AI Ready Dealership Checklist for 2026, because this is not theory. Now it becomes execution. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you. Please drop any questions that you have in the YouTube link, in the LinkedIn link, wherever you're viewing this video. I appreciate you checking out these videos. And of course, as always, you'll find this video plus many others at Intice.com.